Hello everybody and welcome back to Classic Tetris Monthly Round 1. Today we have two very skilled competitors going up against each other. So without further ado, let's introduce them. With a personal best of 630,000 and a qualifying score of 430,000, he is seated at number 21, ITZsharky. And with the higher seed in this particular matchup, with a personal best of 590,000, with a qualifying score of 530,000, Zach with wings. Tonight's matchup will include a best of 5 games starting from level 15. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the first game. Alright, now we have started game 1. Both players, I'll be honest with you, this is kind of odd since I'm having to commentate myself, considering I am one of the players. But here on the right, we have Zach ready for a Tetris, waiting on that long bar. Sharky kind of in a situation here. Sharky does get the long bar before Zach does, and is able to clear out some of his stuff, and he is now Tetris ready. Zach's still waiting on that long bar. He's running into a pretty hefty drought here. He actually decided to cover as well. Oh no, there goes the long bar. But his well is back open. He's still deciding to clean up. Sharky in actually a little bit of trouble. Zach's still able to use the long bar. Sharky had a bad misdrop, and this is going to be the game for him. There's no way to get that line bar over with. And that puts an end to our first game. First game goes to Zach. Well, isn't that an unexpected turn of events? I expected the first game to at least go just a little bit longer. Sharky topped out quite early this game. Hopefully the next game will be better for him. But with that being said, we do have to give Zach his first red heart, as game 1 did go to him. Will Sharky be able to make a turnaround in game 2? Let's find out. Alright, and game 2 has started. Sharky looked like he has better pieces to start off with this time. Both opponents are building up for a Tetris. It looks like Zach is actually ready for his Tetris. We'll see who'll be the first one to score in this instance. And it is Zach with his first Tetris. Sharky still looking to get his Tetris. He was one Mino short, still building up pretty high, while Zach over here has actually covered up his well. And meanwhile, Sharky has slammed down a Tetris. Zach's still trying to get out of this dig situation, in which he is now available for a Tetris right now. Sharky unable to use that line bar for his Tetris, but gets another one, and it's actually a simultaneous Tetris almost. It's crazy. Both opponents are neck and neck at around 42,000 each. Well, 43,000 when I said that. Sharky having a not able to necessarily score off of that. Meanwhile, Zach is ready for Tetris, just waiting on the long bar to come. And he's currently getting droughted pretty badly. The long bar still hasn't come for Zach. This might be a dangerous situation because of that misdrop in the upper right. Oh, he has to cover as well. What is Zach going to do in this situation? Oh, he misdropped the T-piece over there. If he gets the long bar, he might have a chance to get out of it. But no, he covered up as well. This might be the end for Zach. Meanwhile, Sharky is in a pretty nice and safe place building-wise. Will Zach be able to dig out of this? And he couldn't rotate it in time. That will be the end of game 2. Game 2 goes to Sharky. And now we are neck and neck. Sharky won game 2, Zach won game 1. It is a tie score, and both games have actually been quite short, not something that you would normally see in CTM. However, there is still plenty of more Tetris left to be played, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into game 3. And we are back with game 3. Both competitors have won one game apiece. Sharky losing the first game, leaving Zach with the first win, and Zach losing the second game, leaving Sharky with the next win. So, with that being said, Sharky is actually going to build up for his Tetris, and Sharky gets on the board first. Zach, meanwhile, just having to do a little bit of digging, but nothing too major. He is going to be looking to open up as well, and now he is good. However, it does look like he is actually running into a drought, as he's constantly having to burn, while Sharky is actually ready for another Tetris and gets his third Tetris on the board. The score is now 58,000 to 6,000. Zach is still waiting for the long bar, but he finally gets it and puts himself on the board at 27,000, and he gets another long bar and is able to get close to the Sharky score. The deficit's only around 12,000 points. Meanwhile, Sharky is looking pretty clean up there and gets another Tetris and puts himself at 20, or not 20, oh my gosh, puts himself at nearly 80,000 points. Both players seem to be pushing down, but oh, Zach looks like he seems to be in a little bit of a situation. Looks like he has a little bit of digging out for him before he can actually start scoring. Meanwhile, Sharky is actually Tetris ready again. And with that line bar, he is now at 118,000. Roughly 60,000 ahead of Zach. Zach's still having to do a lot of burning, but now he is able to finally build up for a Tetris and is now just waiting on that long bar. Sharky gets his long bar and gets a Tetris, and Zach gets his long bar and gets a Tetris. Both players are still around the same amount of lines, so Sharky is actually doing really well and playing very efficient Tetris. But it looks like he will have a dig situation after that one T-piece drop. Meanwhile, Zach looks like he has a pretty clean board. It looks like he's going to be able to build for a Tetris pretty good. Sharky getting up a little bit high, decides to burn it down, which is a smart choice. And he looks like he'll be saved. Meanwhile, Zach gets another Tetris and just about at 100,000 points. With this line clear, he should... Okay. Next line clear, whether it be a Tetris or not, he should be at 100,000 points. Now he is Tetris ready. Meanwhile, Sharky is still having to dig out. It looks like Sharky is getting just unfavorable pieces to dig out, but he's actually managing them very well. But Zach gets a Tetris. Zach has been using this time that Sharky has gave him to, you know, start catching up to Sharky's score, which is really good for him. He is only roughly around 30,000 points behind. But it looks like Sharky is actually just about to finally get out of this dig with that line bar, clearing out a vital double for him. Looks like Zach is also digging. And Sharky opts to go for a triple to finally get a better board, but he still can't score a Tetris just yet. But it looks like he might go for it. No, he's gonna opt to burn down. Meanwhile, Zach is Tetris ready, just waiting on the line piece, but he covered up his well. And now it looks like he's having to do a little bit of digging before he can use that well to score again. Oh no, that misdrop in the upper left. That might cause Zach some issues. Will he be able to dig out of it though? He is able to get the line bar over for him, so that's good. But if we go back to Sharky's side, it looked like he switched over to a left well. And even though despite that small misdrop, he is able to get a Tetris. Looks like Zach is in a situation that he'll be able to dig out of. But he's waiting and they don't give him the right piece. Oh, that misdrop in the upper left. This might be the end for Zach. Sharky might take game 2. Depending on if he can get the line bar over or not. And he wasn't able to rotate it in time. That means that this game does go to Sharky, putting Sharky in the lead, in a 2-1 lead. Meaning that if Sharky wins the next game, Sharky advances to the next round. What outstanding Tetris gameplay from both players. Sharky with 215,968 points and Zach with wings with 151,172 points. Sharky taking the victory by around 64,000 if I did my mental math correctly. So this does put Sharky in the lead for best out of 5. So if Sharky wins this next game, then he advances to round 2 of the tournament. However, Zach still has a chance, but he is going to have to win 2 games in a row. Game 4 is coming up, so let's see what the outcome is. And here we are, game 4. This could be, in fact, be the last match of round 1, depending on how the games play out. Sharky is in the lead 2-1, with Zach needing to win 2 games in a row in order to advance to round 2. Let's see how things are going to play out. Looks like Sharky actually built himself up a little bit of a situation here. Looks like if he gets the right pieces, he'll be able to dig out, which he does. He is in fact Tetris ready. Zach, however, has already knocked down his first Tetris, meaning that Sharky is behind. And looks like Sharky is actually getting unfavorable pieces, but he does get a Tetris down. Now Sharky is still continuing to build up. He looks like he's going to cover up his well, giving Zach even more time to score and get ahead of him. However, it looks like he is now open on the left side. Will he continue to build up for a Tetris? It looks... Oh no! Was that a misdrop? This could in fact be the end for Sharky, depending on what moves he does. And Zach has knocked down another Tetris. It looks like Sharky is going to be able to dig out. And he moves the line piece. It looks like Sharky is going to possibly be able to dig out of this situation. Oh, there's actually, oh no, another misdrop. Could this actually be the end of Sharky? Another early top out in such a critical moment of this tournament match. It looks like Sharky, oh no, another misdrop by Sharky, and it's an early top out, meaning that this match is going to go to the decider with Zach ahead by 60,000 points, guys. This is going to a match 5. This is honestly exciting. Who is going to win? And honestly, who could have seen this coming? Sharky topping out early with only 30,000 points and Zach in the lead by 60,000 points. This means that Zach has a chance to actually come back and win this CTM match and progress to round 2. Will Sharky be able to get his act together and win CTM round 1 so we can advance this to round 2? Or will Zach continue to be perseverant and defeat Sharky to move on? Let's find out in this final decider match. And we're off to game 5, the decider match of the fight between Sharky and Zach with wings. Who will win this match and who will go on to round 2 of the CTM May Community Tournament? It looks like Sharky has already got his first Tetris on the board. Meanwhile, Zach is looking with an incredibly clean build, getting ready to knock down his Tetris. Sharky also Tetris ready. Zach still building up for another Tetris, but he's in fact Tetris ready. Sharky knocks down another Tetris. Man, this is honestly exciting. Who would have thought that this matchup would have gone to a game 5? Two highly skilled players going up against each other. Meanwhile, Sharky is still trying to build up for another Tetris. He is in fact ready. Zach gets his Tetris down. Sharky decided to burn just a little bit, but I think it was a smart move. And Sharky's still having to burn just a little bit. Meanwhile, Zach is taking this opportunity that Sharky used to burn to score. Now, the score differential is around 15,000 points with Zach in the lead. Sharky having a little bit of a situation here with pieces. Alternating S's and Z's happen to put a dent in his build. Will he be able to dig out of this though? Zach knocks down another Tetris, putting him at nearly 100,000. Not too much of a huge lead, but it's still anyone's game. Sharky still having the opt to burn quite a lot. Oh no, that misdrop! Oh, that's going to cost Sharky some lines, but not too many lines. It looks like Sharky is going to be able to dig out of this relatively quickly. And now he is good to start building up for his Tetris. Meanwhile, it looks like Zach is in just a little bit of trouble. And Sharky takes this opportunity to burn. Or not burned, but to score a Tetris, putting him at 91,000. Meaning he's less than a Tetris away. And now Sharky takes the lead by 4,000 with a Tetris. Zach still having to do a little bit of burning. But it looks like he's good for a Tetris, and the lead goes back to Zach at 126,000. Sharky in a little bit of a jagged build here. Meanwhile, both players are having to burn to try and get a good Tetris build. Looks like Sharky is going to be getting out of his dig sooner than Zach, depending on the next pieces that he gets. But it looks like Sharky is actually going to go for a left wheel Tetris. Oh no, the pieces Sharky's getting aren't the best. Oh no. Could this be the end for Sharky? If he gets a line piece, he might be able... He gets a line piece and does get a Tetris. Zach is actually ahead by around 14,000. Sharky opting to burn. Sharky's board is looking just a little bit complicated. Meanwhile, Zach is just about to finally dig out and get a clean board for building Tetris. But it looks like Sharky is going to be able to dig out pretty well. Sharky opting to build up a spire in the middle, which might not be the best idea for him actually. But it looks like he might still stand a chance to dig out. It looks like he's still going to stick with a left wheel Tetris. Will he get the line piece though? Zach is in fact Tetris ready. Oh no, Sharky does not get the line piece in time. There it is. But he is now clean again. But he has to cover up the well again. It looks like Sharky might actually top out from this. Meanwhile, Zach scored another Tetris. Things aren't looking too good for Sharky. He gets the line bar, so it looks like he still gets out if he can get an L or a J piece. Oh, he goes to burn with the line bar. But pieces aren't still going in his favor. This might be the end for Sharky. he still stands a chance if he can just get the right pieces. Oh no, the misdrop! Oh no, that misdrop is going to be the end for Sharky. Oh my gosh, Zach with Wings has won 198,000 to 154,000. Oh my gosh, what an incredible comeback. Great job, Zach. What an amazing tournament match. Two people seated at 12 and 21 going up against each other and going all the way to a decider game 5 to leave with Zach with Wings as the victor. Incredible Tetris. Obviously there were some early top outs here and there, but still undeniably incredible Tetris from both players. Now, I would like to thank Ronsil, who was the restreamer for whenever this was live. Thank you so much for restreaming this, and thank you for putting up with all the technological issues that we had during the 2 days that this CTM match went on. I'd also like to thank Zach with Wings for being my opponent and allowing me to upload this video, because of course I got permission first. So if you want to check out these two people, I'll link down their Twitches down in the description below. Also, obviously my Twitch will be linked down in the description below if you want to see some more Tetris, which I stream every Tuesday at around 10:15 Central. So if you want, you can come check me out tonight. Ha ha ha. But honestly, CTM May, it was the most fun that I've had playing Tetris against someone. Anyways, if you like the video and you like the way I put the video together and you like seeing the Tetris gameplay, then be sure to leave a like. Comment down which match was your favorite. Who were you hoping would win this matchup? What were your thoughts about this? Should I do more videos like this with my commentary and such? Let me know down in the comments below. Share it with your friends. Maybe they might actually find this interesting about two Tetris players going up against each other in the original classic Tetris. Because I know when I saw CTWC, I became instantly hooked on classic Tetris. Like I said earlier, be sure to check me out on Twitch. I stream every Tuesdays and Thursdays at around 10:30 p.m. Central, and on Tuesdays I stream Tetris every Tuesday. So if you want to see some live Tetris gameplay, then stop on by on Tuesdays and come chat with me. Follow me on Twitter for other stuff that I post and update on there. And last but not least, while all my videos might not be intense tournament Tetris matches, there's still plenty of content on my channel that you might like, and if you enjoy them, why not stick around for a bit? Anyways, my name is ITZsharky, and I'll see you all later.
You don't, you just don't. Simple as that. You can buy.